In 1998, the UN General Assembly Special Session, UNGAS, on the world drug problem espoused the aim of a drug-free world, 1998. And the vision then was this aspiration to have a drug-free world through total eradication of drug supply and abuse. Let me repeat. Total eradication of drug supply and abuse, 1998. Today, there are still those who continue to reject the scourge of drugs and who believes in getting our society to be drug-free. But countries in Europe and South America, as well as many states in the US, have given up the fight. They began by decriminalizing drug, which means that you don't go to prison for possessing or consuming drug. And then others have taken advantage to move one step forward, or what they call one step forward, legalizing drug consumption. And furthermore, the spin doctors have framed the fight against drug as a field war. These countries have their own reasons for doing so. Some of them want to increase their tax revenues, and many of them just want to reduce the crowding of their prisons. But what is worrying is that not only are they trying to do something about their own situation, this whole issue is evolving into one where they want other countries and advocating other countries to also adopt this approach. We are therefore at an important crossroad in this global fight against drugs. Next year, UNGAS in New York will hold a special session again on world drug problem. And I'm sure drug-free world and total eradication of drug supply and abuse will be up on the agenda for amendment. UNGAS 2016 will be a platform for countries to come together to take stock of the global fight against drug, to chart a plan to tackle the drug problem together. But we anticipate that some countries will take this opportunity to push for more liberal drug policies, such as the decriminalization of drug consumption and the legalization of cannabis. I hope, like Singapore, our ASEAN friends also will stand with us to not allow these countries to dominate the agenda. The 2014 World Drug Report by the UN Office on Drugs and Crimes cautioned that liberal drug policies reduce the perception of harm of drug use, which in turn increase drug use, particularly among young persons. All of us come from Asian culture, and we know how we love our children, how important families are to us. And for our nation, how important the youth are to ensure we continue to have a future for them. And therefore, we know that these views that I mentioned before, we believe will harm our nation, will harm our youth, and therefore run counter to our common vision of a drug-free ASEAN. Ladies and gentlemen, the threats to our vision to have a drug-free ASEAN come not from just drug syndicates, but also from those advocating for a more liberal drug regime at UNGAS 2016. I urge all of us, from the members of the ASEAN community, that while we respect every country to have the sovereign right and responsibility to decide how best to approach the drug problem, taking into account its historical, its legal, its social context, we also must respect the decision of those who choose not to have the liberal approach towards drug and to choose to stand firm, to stand together, to say that this approach is not for us. Therefore, just as how we have taken a united stand in combating drug syndicates, we should similarly present a united front and put forward a united ASEAN statement at UNGAS 2016 to counter these liberal voices. It's important that we make our ASEAN position clear at UNGAS 2016, as we will be about the only regional bloc that has maintained a drug-free focus in our policies.